All right, we're in the 5th video of this series now. We've got the thermal filter pipe and the pipe maker pipe that we're cleaning up. We're going to sand down the pipes today, polish them, clean them up, and then take some before and after pictures. This video was a little hectic trying to get it together between the storm that rolled through, me being sick, tooling issues. So with all that's been going on over the last week or two, it's been a bit of a hectic week for me. But I'm finally getting around to getting this video put together and posting it, so hope you enjoy. All right, so I wanted to show everybody that on the thermal filter I was able to finally get the blockage out of the stem. There was some buildup inside of there. I just took a small Allen wrench down through as far as I could and it popped it out. I also noticed that the stiff bristled pipe cleaners would not pass, but a soft bristle goes through with no issues. So we got that cleaned out. Now we're going to start working on the actual bowl itself. There's some carbon buildup here along the side of the bowl, so we're going to sand that down a little bit. Might clean up the outside of this as well, and then I'm going to use some micromesh sanding pads to sand these down a little bit more finer, and then we'll put them on the, refinish them and put them on the buffer. So just going to start sanding. This is 320 grit orbital sandpaper. I don't have any sheets of it, so this is what I got. It's what I'm going to use. So first, just trying not to take off any wood and leave the bowl as uniform as I can. So on the thermal filter one, I'm not sure how to attack it really. It's got marks, or not marks, it's got grooves and stuff all up through the top, so I think if I sand it, I'm only going to take them out. So I might just try cleaning it up. This one might end up just getting stained black, I'm not sure yet. We'll see what we can do with it, but again, I'm going to hit a little bit of sandpaper on it and then clean it with the micromesh pads. I guess I rolled it. So this brown pad is equivalent to 1500 grit sandpaper. So we're going to take that on the outside of the bowl and clean the outside of these bowls up a little bit and see what they look like. So there may be some filler in some here. Looks like there's a little bit of filler there, filler here. Just going around the outside of this, looking at what we got. Clean it up a little bit more. Try not to hit the maker's name or anything like that too much. Might go a little bit more aggressive on the top up here. Some darker marks on it. Another little filler spot in here, it looks like. So I'm really just trying to get the oxidation off it at this point with this 1500 grit. That way we can put the bead, or I'm going to polish it with carnauba wax. But it should line it up a little bit and take some of the oxidation that's still remaining on there off. There's a bunch of stuff inside of the crevices here. This just looks like more markings, but I'm hoping that the buffing wheel takes some of that out, make it look a little better. I might just end up dyeing this black and buffing it. I don't necessarily care for the color of it right now, but I don't know a better way of cleaning it other than just sanding it all the way completely down. I'm not sure what color it was to begin with. It looks like a mahogany or almost finished what was on it. Or I could just buff it up and see what that looks like as is with a little bit of different color variation in it. But put a lighter stain back on top of it and leave the crevices dark. That wouldn't look all that bad maybe. Look at there. I'll probably have to put some stain up here, maybe a lighter brown or dark brown. And then I might just do a light brown over top of it. Kind of like the light dark effect of it that it looks like. So the next one I got is 18,000 or 1800 micromesh. Just gonna scuff up the stems a little bit, whatever remaining oxidation is on them, and then we can put them on the buffer, buff them up. I can actually take this all the way up to 12,000 with these micromesh pads, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna be more than the buffing compound by the time I'm done with it. So that's what we got for sanding wise. I'm not going to do too much more sanding on them. I'm probably just going to polish this one up. Leave some of the natural look to it. Don't really want to dye it any different than what it was. I think once it's polished and buff, it's going to look actually pretty nice. The thermal filter, I'm probably going to put a light brown on it, and I might hit these crevices with the buffing wheel first with some compound to see what I can knock loose. See if I can leave kind of a two-tone effect on it, a light and a dark with inside of those crevices. But yeah, that's what we got as far as sanding goes. Again, was able to get the pipe cleaner to pass through the stem of this guy, and then we'll go to the buffing wheel next. All right, so we're out in the garage today. I was hoping to set up the lathe with the buffing system that I have so we could start polishing these pipes that we've been working on. However, the hits just keep coming. Went to go set the lathe up yesterday and ran into this issue here. The belt is fraying and coming off, which makes sense. It's 7 years old. However, I can't get one from a store anymore. I'm gonna have to order it online. And the quickest I can get one from Amazon is 7 to 10 days. So looks like I'll be waiting a little bit. I'm gonna grab the drill. I think I can chuck something up in a drill chuck and see what we can come up with so we can keep moving on this. But I guess this does work out all right for me. The city of Houston was shut down for the last few days because of the storm that came through. I didn't get any ice or snow out my way. However, I am feeling under the weather now. So being able to move this in the house instead of out in the garage might be a little bit better for us. That said, we'll still try to polish the pipes to the best of our ability, see what I can come up with, and we'll go from there. All right, so I got the buffing wheel set up in the truck. Speed one, semi-slow. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. Second speed seems to be a little quicker. I haven't checked what this drill is rated for as far as RPM, so we'll give it a go, see what we can do. Worst comes to worst, we'll save polishing for another day. But I'll take the buffing compound. Looks like we got a little on there. It is making a heck of a mess though. Let's see what we can do. This is gonna be kind of, let's see what else we can work on. I mean, it will work. I think it's just trying to figure out the best way to hold this in place and be able to hold the pipe and keep the drill. I might have to zip tie the trigger on this, but we are getting some triple E on there. So see what I'll take the stem off this real quick just to be able to hold it a little better. It is giving it a nice polish. You can see this, I haven't touched this side yet, but when we roll it to the other side, it is cleaning it up. You can see the difference where it dulls out, but we'll keep going. I'm gonna try to stick my hand in here and see if I can't rotate. So it is putting a nice shine on it, nice little sheen to it. A little awkward holding it, but all in all, it is working. So that is something we do got going for us. Like I said, the hits just keep coming though. I was sitting here taking the stem off and I noticed there used to be a bullseye right here inside of the stem. I don't know where that fell out at between the desk over in the corner and over here, but the carpet in this room is not gonna be friendly trying to find that. So, I mean, that's the color of the carpet and I'm looking for a little red dot. I'm not sure I'm gonna find that. I might end up having to fill that back in, but yeah, just one thing after another all of a sudden today. It's not my day, not my week at this point, but we'll keep buffing, see where we go, see what we get. Try to shine this up, make it look pretty. So after a few minutes of buffing with this wheel, it's shined up fairly nice with the Triple E. I'm going to set this down and grab the other pipe. Actually, let me work on the stem real quick, see what that might turn out looking like while I got it sitting here. Might be easier putting it back on the pipe, actually. I have noticed when I was sanding the vulcanite yesterday and even polishing it today just with that little bit it's been on there, it does produce a bit of an odor. So this it almost smells like something's burning, but it's not. It's got a different type of odor to it. I just not sure what that is. I'm gonna have to look into that. With just a little bit of polishing on it, it's turning out fairly decent. The sandpaper I used was definitely finer than the Triple E. I am seeing swirl marks in it from the buffing compound, but when we put the white diamond on it, hopefully it'll polish up. And then when we hit it with the carnauba wax, it should finish up and shine. But this little system is working. It's actually, in some ways, it's a little more convenient. It's easier to get around the edges of the pipe on this and be able to hold on to it. Again, I think sticking, like maybe putting it in a vise or holding the trigger on it so where you can get both hands and work the drill while you got both hands on it would be a little easier. But all in all, it's working. So I'm not going to complain too much about this little system I got for a makeshift, $14 buffing system from. I'm sure you could probably get it from Harbor Freight as well. I got this from Northern Tool because that's right around the corner, but seems to be working well. It does create a bit of a mess. I mean, there's crap all over my beard, obviously. And the little padding is fraying all over the place, but kind of just keep pushing it off to the side, and I'll hit the room with the vacuum cleaner when I'm done so the wife don't get too upset. I did forget to mention, I did hit this with a little mahogany dye and then sanded it back down just to see what it would look like and cover up the rim here. It turned out all right. I won't continue buffing it. It seems to be picking up some of the gunk that was inside of the little grooves that I couldn't get. So it is shining up. Not as shiny or bright as the smooth finish on the pipe maker, but the thermal filter, it is buffing up. We'll continue to keep working it a little bit. Polish this up a little bit with the Triple E. I'm going to switch over to the white diamond and see what kind of results we get from that. And then we'll finish this up and we'll do carnauba wax on both pipes and stems. All right, so we're gonna do the white diamond on the pipe maker. So I'm really happy with how this is turning out. It's shining up nicely with just a little bit of time we spent on it. White diamond has definitely brought out some sheen to it. Put it on the stem and see where we go from there. I think a little more work on the stem. I think the carnauba wax will bring out the brightness, but I'm gonna call this one good for right now. I'll do a side-by-side with the before and afters once I get done with both of these and after we get them polished up completely. But we'll switch over to the thermal pipe now. So I think all in all it's turning out fairly well. I'm gonna clean up the mess that I got here and move some stuff around, and I'll put the carnauba wax on it in the same manner. I gotta get another different wheel. I don't want to contaminate both the two that I got with the carnauba wax or vice versa. So when I get done with that, I'll take a before and after picture or a side by side